This woman had been having the same nightmare every night. In her dream, a little girl would wake up at midnight in terror. Each time, the girl would run to her father, telling him that something frightening was hiding in her bedroom. The father dismissed it as nothing more than a bad dream, but after sending his daughter back to her room and leaving, something did seem to emerge from under the bed. The sound of claws scraping across the floor jolted Amy awake. One night, Amy heard strange noises coming from beneath her bed. Her husband quickly bent down to look, but found nothing. Amy insisted the sound had definitely come from under the bed. When the man leaned over to check again, an eerie force suddenly dragged him away, leaving Amy frozen in shock. From that moment on, after her husband vanished, Amy began searching tirelessly for clues. While going through the mail one day, she discovered a letter from a doctor named Tyler, someone who actually believed her story and wanted to meet her at the hospital. Ignoring Lucy's objections, Amy went straight there. Tyler explained that he had a patient named Mary, a woman in a persistent vegetative state. He had noticed a disturbing pattern every time Mary had a nightmare. Someone would go missing. Determined to uncover the truth about her husband, Amy followed the trail to Mary's childhood home. Sneaking inside, she realized it was the exact same house from her dreams. That's when Mary's father suddenly appeared behind her, and Amy recognized him as the father from her nightmares. When she demanded to know what had happened in the past, the man recounted that one night after sending his daughter back to her bedroom, he heard her scream. He rushed back and found a man standing beside her bed. In his panic to protect his daughter, he ended up killing the intruder by accident. From that day on, his daughter's behavior became increasingly strange until she eventually fell into a coma. To get to the bottom of things, Amy lay down on the familiar bed from her dream and fell asleep only to find herself inside the dream world. There she saw Mary, both as an adult and as her younger self. Dr. Tyler was sitting nearby. Mary told Amy that this was her dream realm and that anyone who entered it would become linked to her. Amy tried to press for answers about her husband's disappearance, but the dream suddenly shattered. A malevolent figure swept in, taking over the dreamscape, and Amy was violently jolted awake. Panicked, she called Dr. Tyler to ask about Mary's condition. Her worst fear was confirmed. Mary was in the middle of another nightmare. Amy became convinced that the deranged man Mary's father had killed years ago had turned into a monster, invading her dreams and, through her unique dream abilities, murdering people in the real world. The only way to stop him was to prevent Mary from dreaming altogether, by killing her. Before taking action, Amy sent Lucy a final message and headed for the hospital. What she didn't know was that, just before her arrival, Mary had suddenly awakened from her years-long coma. She had gone home only to fall asleep again almost immediately. By the time Amy reached the hospital room, she was met by the terrifying creature from under the bed. After a desperate struggle, she managed to break free, only for Mary to appear before her. The truth was far worse than Amy had imagined. Mary had not been controlled by the monster at all. She had been orchestrating everything from the very beginning. When Lucy finally arrived, Amy had already been dragged beneath the bed. Lucy broke down, screaming Amy's name over and over. Meanwhile, Mary awoke once more, a faint smile playing on her lips as she gazed out the window.